Hi guys, welcome back to Susiesays. This is going to be another impromptu style kind of video because we need to go over some stuff. There's been a lot of talk about that video of Gypsy and Ken. It's the video of Gypsy completely crashing out. She is stabbing or jabbing at the headboard in her and Ken's bedroom. The video is getting a lot of traction because Ken's little sister, I believe her name is Autumn, her TikTok handle is Shirley Kens, I'll tag it, has released a few videos talking about it. At first, she didn't say much at all, and then she said everything we needed to hear. Let's just watch this video really quick. I'm only gonna show like a little bit of it, the important parts. I don't want to get like copyright struck or anything, and I want to give her full credit. And this is her story and her experience, and she's very emotional. So I'm gonna play a little clip really quick.
There was a video sent to my brother from Gypsy doing some things to his headboard. Nonetheless, it's scary. It scares me for my brother. It scares me for my niece. I'm tired of walking around like she didn't help murder her mom.
And the reason this video got out is because Nina, the beauty influencer on TikTok, has a source. She has an insider. And this video is purely speculation, okay? Nothing in this video is fact. It is just me speculating and gossiping, and I want to take you along with me, all right? I've been thinking, who can be Nina's source? Somebody is literally sneaking information out to the public. Obviously, there are concerns around Gypsy, the baby, and Ken. So we need to figure out who this source is. This video is just going to be pure speculation. There's nothing factual about this video as far as I know. I don't know who Nina's source is, so let's just get started. We're going to find out. We have a lot of people we can accuse of being the mole, the one that's out here getting information out. We're going to start with Ken's side of the family since Autumn has already released some videos. A lot of people thought it was her when Nina first made the claim about the video. I never thought it was her. It is not her. I don't believe it's her because she's the one leaking more and more information. My heart goes out to her. That video completely broke me in a way because it's like, disclosure here. I know what it feels like to be kind of shunned by your family. It's a long story, but I know what that feels like, and it's very heartbreaking and very depressing. And you do kind of want to just like lash out at everybody. That's kind of what she's doing right now, but she's lashing out for a good thing. She's not just lashing out, she's protecting a child. And that's absolutely every reason to air everything out and not keep everything so secret because people are allowing Gypsy to behave this way. So we're going to cross out Autumn. It is not Autumn. I don't think it's her. Another person I think it could be on Ken's side is Raina Euchre. That is his mom, Ken's mom. Based on what I've heard from like clips of lives, it didn't sound like she may have had the best opinion of Gypsy.
It's so complicated. I'd be a fool not to have concerns. But again, I force myself to keep it positive.
Right. You can't let your mind go there, is what you're trying to say.
Are there some nights that you struggle, Rena?
Yes and no. Like I said, y'all have not had the privilege of meeting or talking to Gypsy like I have.
I don't know how she feels about Gypsy now, but that baby is her grandbaby. And it's kind of hard being the paternal grandparent sometimes when the mother's parents are involved, because I feel like, it's just my bias, I feel like the mother's family gets more time with the baby. So being the paternal grandmother may already limit her time with Aurora. So if she knows that Ken is kind of afraid to leave, and she knows that Louisiana is a mother state, as Nina said, it will be almost impossible for her to get custody of her granddaughter or to see her granddaughter if Gypsy and Ken were to break up. It would be very hard. I'm sure Ken would get time with the baby. I'm not an expert, but I know it would be very hard. I feel like of all people, Raina stands to lose the most out on Aurora's life if Ken and Gypsy were to break up. So if she feels like they were in danger, would she leak information to Nina? And here's the question. I love Nina, but why Nina? Whoever did this absolutely knows that Nina and Gypsy do not get along. That Nina is one of the main ones out here bringing attention to Gypsy Rose. She's been featured on TMZ and Yahoo. She has a following. She can get the word out. Why Nina? It's somebody who really wants to take a jab at at Gypsy, someone who really wants to hurt her in a way. I feel like if Gypsy would let anybody get this information, it wouldn't be Nina. It wouldn't be Nina. So it's somebody who obviously knows that Gypsy does not like Nina. And Raina is a suspect in my book. Raina is a suspect. We're gonna put a pin in that because Raina, we may have to circle back around to her. Now, here's a few clues that I've collected about who the source might be. It's somebody Ken feels comfortable venting to. Because when you're in a relationship, you typically, if you love each other, you want to do everything to protect that person and make them seem like the greatest person in the world. Yeah, you have little spats, you have little arguments here and there, but you never air it out because you want your friends and family to love the person you love. So, with that being said, Ken has gotten really comfortable talking badly about Gypsy to someone. Because to send a video like that, like, they have to have known Gypsy and Ken have been having trouble lately. So, let's keep looking on Ken's side of this whole scenario here. Could it be one of Ken's co-workers? He's always away at work, and he barely seems to be home ever. But a thing about work is that you get to know people, you get to get comfortable with these people, and sometimes you kind of trauma dump. I do it all the time. So what if Ken is trauma dumping with a coworker, and they know that Gypsy hates Nina, and this is the perfect way to leak information out? Whoever it is cares a lot about the baby, and that is the important part. Whoever it is wants to bring awareness to this because of the baby. They're obviously maybe afraid. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody who don't want to be known. They don't want to be outspoken about this because maybe there may be some backlash. Maybe they don't want Ken to know. But whoever it is, they do care about the baby in the situation that Ken is in as well. Let's look at some more suspects. We're going to move on to friends, close friends. Now, I'm just going to list some friends that we know Gypsy has. Bree, of course, she's like her number one friend. Sheena. We have Woo Woo Bestie. I think it's Ivory Rose. I don't know. She has so many names, but she would call herself the Woo Woo Bestie before she took Gypsy's side and is friends with Gypsy now. There's Rogie. There is Dreamer. Sir Morbid apparently now as well is one of Gypsy's friends, or at least he is, kind of on their side now. I'm going to rule out Bree and Sheena. Woo Woo Bestie, I would probably rule her out too, but about Woo Woo Bestie, she's like, I don't know if you guys watch Bridgerton. She was like the lady Whistledown of this Gyp drama for a while. She apparently had sources close to the situation and she would say things. And I don't think it's her though, because she doesn't really like Nina. So she wouldn't leak this out to Nina. I don't think so. I'm going to completely rule out Woo Woo Bestie too. She is definitely not a source. Rogie, Morbid, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Because I need your help too in the comments. Who do you think, if it is one of their friends that's online, who would it be? I just don't think it's Bree, because Bree loves her way too much. Bree is like her shadow. Sheena as well. Dreamer, it's not Dreamer. Dreamer wouldn't, I don't think they would send a video like that to Dreamer. I can't completely rule out Bree. I can rule out Bree. I'm almost sure it's not Bree. Bree is pretty much Gypsy's spokesperson, so I don't think she would do that. She wouldn't do that. Gypsy say jump, they all jump. So it wouldn't be them. I don't think it's one of their online friends. It has to be somebody Ken feels comfortable with. Very comfortable with. You have a video of this and you didn't go to the police. Well, now according to Autumn, they did. And the police said that there's nothing that they can really do because it was in the past and she damaged their own property. So they did go to the cops. So they went from going to the cops to going to the op. Nina is the perfect person for this because Nina has been blowing the whistle very loud about Gypsy. There's always a chance that Gypsy may not even know the person who is leaking information out, because my mind keeps circling back to maybe it's a friend of Ken's. It may not be his relative, because remember, Nina did give us a little clue. She said there's nobody on Ken's side of the family. What if it's one of Ken's friends? It could be a friend, a co-worker, like someone Gypsy has no awareness of. I love this for her too. I love this for her because she's been trying so hard to hide who she really is, and now the world is starting to know. And the crazy thing is, Gypsy's online friends probably knew about this when it happened, and they chose to comfort her and support her still, instead of saying, hey girl, you need to get some help. This is not normal. A true friend isn't someone who's going to always comfort you. Sometimes they have to have tough conversations. I don't want any friends who's going to sit here and be yes people around me. And it seems like Gypsy has a lot of yes people. Now, let's jump from online friends to personal friends. This is Gypsy's side now. I don't know if my camera just went back or forward a bit. Someone tried to call me and the video stopped. So I hope it is still at a good angle. You guys will let me know, I'm sure. We have Kel Rocky, we have her girlfriend, and we also have Gypsy's family. We have Christy, Rod, Mia, Dylan, Andre. Let's go over the suspects. Kel Rocky. I don't think it's Kel Rocky. Kel Rocky and Gypsy have such a good relationship. A really good relationship. And I mean, Kel Rocky would probably do anything to gain some clout from Gypsy. I'm just going to say it. That's what it appears to be. Kel Rocky's girlfriend now. Gypsy and Kel Rocky seem to be very close in their videos. What if she's jealous? This is just speculation, guys, okay? Just speculation. But what if Kel Rocky's girlfriend is jealous and leaking information out about Gypsy? Now, this is something that happened a long time ago. This is something that happened some months ago. Either it was April or October. A lot of people think it was October. There was a comment from Nina saying that it happened in April. So, just like she said here, this may have happened quite a few times. That's even more alarming. Maybe it's someone who just got wind of it and decided they was going to air this out. Do I think Kel Rocky's girlfriend would do that? I do not. So I'm gonna take them off the suspect list. I don't think it's them. Gypsy, I'm sure she has personal friends. I don't know who her personal friends are. But maybe she told one of her personal friends. Maybe, but who else would be her? I don't think she has any friends outside of people that we know online. Let's just be honest. Does Gypsy have one genuine friend that she can call that don't want nothing to do with social media? Like, does she have any mommy friends? Does she have play dates for the raw with other kids? I don't know. I don't think Gypsy has any normal outside friends. Nope. Let's move on to Gypsy's family. Christy. When I think of Christy, I think of keep your friends close and your enemies closer, because Christy does not seem to be a very trustworthy person. Christy is the reason Ryan and Gypsy broke up. I feel like she's the reason Rod and Dee Dee broke up. Christy is, I don't know. She don't seem like the most trustworthy person. But when it comes down to Gypsy, that grandbaby of hers, I'm sure she loves that grandbaby. And, you know, I don't think she said much about Gypsy lately. But sometimes not saying anything is more than enough, because it's like, okay. Like, if she sees Gypsy acting completely unhinged and her grandbaby is in Gypsy's custody, I mean, I'm no grandmother, but I would be concerned. Christy is aware of who Gypsy's ops are. Like, Nina is an op. She is an op. Would Christy go to Nina? I mean, it's possible. It's very possible. We're going to put her as one of the suspects. It's possible. Rod, I don't think Rod would do this. I don't think Rod even cares, honestly. Rod didn't care about Gypsy when she was younger, and now he only cares about her because of, you know, fame, and maybe it's the right thing to do because now, you know, it would look bad if he didn't care. I don't know. Rod never sat right with me. Before, when I was a Gypsy stan, Rod seemed like the father trying to get in touch with his daughter, and Dee Dee was just the mean old monster, just would not let Rod have a relationship. And now when we see Dee Dee tried, she tried a lot of times to get Rod to take Gypsy or to hang out with Gypsy, and it was always excuse after excuse after excuse. So I don't think Rod even cares enough to do this. So Rod is not a suspect in my book. Let's move on to Dylan. I think Gypsy's other siblings that we don't really hear about, Dylan don't want the spotlight. I don't think Dylan would do this. No, it's not Dylan. That leaves us with Mia and Andre. Now, would Mia do this? I don't know. Mia has a lot to worry about right now. She's moving. She's getting married. I know this must irk the snot out of Gypsy. I know it does. She must be so upset seeing Mia just live her best life, and we are here for it because Mia looks beautiful. Mia may not be the best show of character because she benefited from Dee Dee's death as well, but I don't think Mia would want Gypsy to get even more attention. I think she is trying to distance herself from Gypsy. That's another thing that Autumn said in this text message that was sent to Gypsy. Mia distancing herself. That makes a lot of sense because she is moving away, like she's moving completely away from the situation. I don't know. Would Mia do this though? Would Mia want to bring Gypsy down? I don't know. Andre, Mia's fiance and their soon-to-be husband, would he do this? Andre has never really had much of an online presence either. I don't think Andre cares. Here is a scenario that comes in my head quite often. Hear me out, and I hope this isn't a reach. Ken and Andre have something in common. They're dealing with the Blanchard sisters. So these maybe one day to be brother-in-laws may bond over, situations they have to deal with. I don't know if Ken feels comfortable venting to Andre on a texting basis. Maybe they talk about problems they have. Maybe they say, oh, Gypsy did this, Mia did this. Maybe they can confide in each other. It's a scenario. It's just a scenario. What if Ken confided to Andre? Andre confided with somebody in his family, and that person took it to Nina. There's the unknown person. There may be an unknown person that we may be completely looking over. I'm not saying somebody in Andre's family was the one who leaked the video, but if they did, good for you. I just don't know. It has to be somebody they feel comfortable with. Somebody they feel comfortable sending this video to. Or maybe it's not even that. Maybe it was sent to someone they are comfortable with, and that person sent it to somebody else who was like, I am not comfortable with this, and they sent it to Nina. I don't think we'll ever know, and I don't want to know because I want them to keep leaking the information that we need to know. We need to make sure that baby is okay. What do you guys think in the comments? This is me just sitting in my room gossiping to nobody but my phone. So if you think you know who the source is, leave a comment below. We'll just have some fun with it. Comment below, who do you think it is? Who do you think it's not? Thank you so much for watching. And I know this is kind of random, but I appreciate you for watching. I'm trying to grow my channel. So if you can, give me a subscribe, give me a like, share the video out to others, and you'll see me in the next video. This is just what Susie says. Tell me what you say in the comments. I'll be reading them. Bye.